Welcome everyone to GIMP for Beginners. This is a course all about the GIMP, specifically version 2.8, and even more specifically version 2.8.16, the latest version of the GIMP as of July 22nd, 2016. This is the beginner's course, and it's the first beginner's course in which we'll be discussing installation and running of the GIMP. By the time you finish this course, you'll have the GIMP installed and you'll be familiar with using it. Let's begin by looking at what the GIMP is. The GIMP stands for the GNU Image Manipulation Program, and it is indeed an image manipulation program which I consider to be more sophisticated and advanced than a simple photo manipulation program. So why should you be interested in the GIMP? Well, first of all, the GIMP is free software, absolutely free. In fact, it's created by the Free Software Foundation. Next, the GIMP runs on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux operating systems. So it's very likely that you have the computer base that's required to run the GIMP. The GIMP provides Adobe Photoshop-like capabilities without all the expense. Now let's go over the topics we'll be covering in this course. First, we'll look at the acquisition, installation, and configuration of the GIMP on Windows 10. Now the installation is pretty standard, and you should be able to repeat it on Mac OS or Linux should you be using those operating systems instead. Next, we'll look at starting and stopping the GIMP to make sure you don't get stuck in it. We'll also look at the standard Windows layout and how to achieve it, and what each of the windows do in the GIMP. Next, we're going to dig right into the project by looking at creating sophisticated logos and headers with the touch of a button. Next, we'll look at creating web graphics, such as buttons and bullets. We'll conclude with capturing a screen and cropping it to the information we want. And then we'll look at how to save and export your work. Now, we're going to move on to the project. The first thing we'll do is create a personal monogram. That's a fancy logo made up of the initials in your name. Then we'll create a 3D bullet for use on the web. Then we'll finally capture, crop, and export a portion of our screen. And remember, this is a preparatory course. Following courses, including the GIMP 2 course, will be on selection and gradients, creating 3D spheres. We're going to create a fancy logo using 3D spheres. Then in GIMP for Beginners 3, we're going to look at layers and layer masks by creating fancy text and image effects. Then finally, for the Beginners series, in Beginners 4, we will recreate my last divine book cover. And lest you think that I'll fob you off, with a simple cover, let me show you the book cover we'll be creating. This is fairly sophisticated. So, who am I? I'm Brian Jackson, and I've used the GIMP for the last 25 years. That's right, I first started using the GIMP in 1991 when I joined Cisco Systems in the Silicon Valley in California, the United States. Additionally, I've already produced 4 online video GIMP courses, so I think I'm fully prepared to lead you on this journey. So if you're ready, let's get started. All you've got to do is click on the Enroll button in the bottom right corner. I'll see you in the classroom.